All right, everyone, what is going on? And welcome back to Mets Weekly as we are live this very moment on YouTube and on X for a watch along coverage of Mets versus Nationals, game 125 of 162, the third and final game of this three-game set against the Nationals here at Citi Field. But before we start, make sure to subscribe for live episodes of the Mets Weekly podcast following every single regular season series. Make sure you guys are on the lookout for tomorrow because, of course, there will be a new edition of the Mets Weekly podcast where Carson, possibly Andrew, possibly Frank, again, all depending on scheduling, will be live tomorrow to break down this Mets versus Nationals series. For those of you watching or listening on playback and want to join the conversation in the future, make sure to turn on post notifications to know when we go live. Make sure to follow Mets Weekly on X and TikTok. Follow us individually. The links are all down below in the description. But what is going on, people? We are back, of course, for another watch-along, another live stream here on Mets Weekly. And the Mets, they took the first two games, this three-game set against the Nationals. Obviously, 2 nights ago, I believe they won by a final score of 4-1. Got a couple of big hits from some key guys. And then yesterday, the Mets, of course, took an early lead yesterday. They went up 2-0. Sean Manaea would then let up 4 runs, which then included a 3-run home run, which I believe was from Brady House. Nationals went up 4-2, but the Mets showed some fight. They were able to come back. Carson Bench with a solo home run. Francisco Alvarez then tied the game in the bottom of the ninth before Francisco Lindor stepped up and drove in the game-winning run with a walk-off base hit in the bottom of the ninth to secure the Mets a 5-4 win. And the Mets are playing very well as of late because after the trade deadline, in their last 11 games, they are 8-3. It's a shame that it's too little too late, and now they're winning games when the season is seemingly over. But, hey, listen, it is what it is. Of course, we're Mets fans. We do want to see them win games. Of course, though, it is kind of, a touch-and-go topic right now because it could screw up their draft positioning, when it's all said and done. But listen, I do want to see some of these guys play well. And listen, if it equates to wins, it is what it is. But again, we'll see what happens. Again, listen, I know people are out there. They'll maybe say, oh, maybe the Mets can make the playoffs. Listen, to me, I think that's out of the question. The 10.5 games out of a wild card spot. They have so many teams to jump. Listen, if the Mets wanted to make the playoffs, they should have started playing better earlier in the season. Maybe they shouldn't have gone on an 11-game losing streak at the end of April and at the beginning of May. So listen, again, they have no one to blame but themselves. At least they're playing better baseball as of now, but still, you wish you could have seen this better stretch of baseball earlier in the season when it actually felt like the Mets still had a chance of making the playoffs instead of now where, it's pretty much seemingly all but over. And again, they sold heavily at the trade deadline. But again, it is what it is. Guys, before we get into everything, let's get into starting lineups for today. So for the National side of things, leading off and playing shortstop, C.J. Abrams. Batting second and playing first base, Ortiz. Batting third, playing right field, Dylan Cruz. Batting fourth, playing left field, Dalen Lyle. Batting fifth and playing third base, Brady House. Batting sixth and playing second base, we have Vivas. Batting seventh and DHing, we have Chaparro. Batting eighth and catching Keibert, Ruiz. And batting ninth and playing center field, Jacob Young. And on the mound for the Washington Nationals, the right-handed pitcher, Irvin. Moving on to the Mets side of things, leading off and playing center field, A.J. Ewing. Batting second and playing shortstop, the man that got the walk-off hit yesterday, Francisco Lindor. Batting third and playing third base, Bo Bichette. Batting fourth and playing right field, Carson Bench. Batting fifth and playing first base, Jared Young. Batting sixth and playing left field, Luis Robert Jr. Batting seventh and playing second base, Brett Baty. Batting it and DHing Jorge Polanco, and batting ninth and behind the dish for your New York Mets, it is Luis Torrens. And on the mound for the Mets, the right-handed pitcher, Christian Scott. And we do not have any of the numbers for the pregame graphic, but when both Scott and Irvin are throwing their final warm pitches, I will make sure to read you guys the graphics that S and Y do give us. But yeah, we are a couple minutes away. We are 1 minute away from the first pitch. Guys, apologies yesterday that there wasn't a watch-along stream. Obviously, the one time we don't do a watch-along stream, that's when the Mets do have a nice little walk-off win, a nice little comeback win. But yeah, there was we just couldn't get the scheduling together, so no one was available. But yeah, so we weren't able to do a stream. But at least today we are able to do one on this beautiful Sunday afternoon here, whether you're from Long Island, whether you're from Queens, wherever you are in the New York tri-state area. Armand, what's going on? Saying, hey, oh, what's going on? Armand. Luis, what's going on? Saying, hi. Armand saying, I'm just happy for good baseball play. I don't care about the results. And Pantries, what's going on? Saying, could have turned the season around by firing Mendoza sooner rather than way too late. Again, I agree with that, but what's done is done. Can't worry about the past now. It is, it is what it is. But yeah, it is now 1:40, so the game is about to start. Guys, I believe for today it will just be me. Carson won't be able to join the watch along. I believe he is busy. Andrew, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing. So if I was a betting man, I would say you're just getting me today. But who knows? Maybe Andrew and or Evan might be able to jump on later on the stream. Again, we will see. All right, here's Christian Scott's numbers this year in 17 starts, 3-3 record, 3.45 ERA in 78 and a third innings pitched, 69 hits, 33 walks, 98 strikeouts, and a whip of 1.30. But here's the first pitch underway to C.J. Abrams, and that pitch misses outside for ball one. Mateo XX27. Hi, bro. Have a good day, bro. Thank you. Fabs, I don't know if that's you, if that's a different. I don't know if that's, you have a different account or something. But if that is you, Fabs, love you, man. You're a beast. All right, Abrams fouls off that pitch, 1-1. Okay, it is you. All right, what's up, Fabs? And Abrams lines that ball out to Brett Baty, and it's caught for the first out of the ball game. And here's the Mets defensive alignment. Christian Scott on the mound and Luis Torres behind the dish. Bo Bichette at third, Lindor at short, Brett Baty at second base, Jared at first base. Your outfield from left to right, Robert, Ewing, and Bench, and obviously DHing. It is Polanco. I'm still watching, bro. I know you're always watching, Fabs. All right, now here's Ortiz, fouls that first pitch away. 0-1. He's batting .306 this year. .01, swing and a miss. 0-2. .02, misses upstairs for ball one. Ortiz is 1 for 6 in this series. 1-2, swung on a miss for strike 3, and that's the second out of the inning. First strikeout of the afternoon for Christian Scott. All right, now here's Dylan Cruz for his first AB of the game. First pitch fastball is in there for strike 1. Cruz this year batting .214 with 10 home runs, 27 RBIs, a .651 OPS. He's 0 for 5 in the series. 0-1 is hit out to right center field. That ball's going to carry, and Benj will make an incredible catch against the wall as he crashes hard into the chain link fence along the Mets bullpen. What a beautiful catch there by Carson Bench. Again, Carson Bench showing why his name should be put into the hat for the NL Rookie of the Year conversation. Has had a hell of an offensive year, a hell of a second half so far. Has been very good with his defensive play in the outfield so far. And what a catch. What a catch. What a play for the final out of the inning. All right, guys. We now head to the bottom of the first. The game is tied at 0 still, and it will be Ewing, Lindor, and Bichette to face Jake Irvin. Sal Stewart most likely wins NL Rookie of the Year, probably. But hey, listen, Benj deserves to get a couple of first place votes in there, in my opinion. Obviously, JJ Weatherford early on looked like the odds-on favorite to win Rookie of the Year, but he's kind of cooled off since then. Even though he's still performing, well, similar stats to Benj, but he really started off hot in the first half of the year, and it's kind of his performance has dropped off a little bit. But listen, it's expected. He's a rookie. You're gonna have ups and downs, especially in your rookie year. But yeah, Sal Stewart for the Reds, he's been incredible this year. He's had a very good year so far. And yeah, there's the highlight there of the Benj grab there along the Mets bullpen wall. Beautiful play. All right, now here's AJ Ewing. First pitch of the afternoon to Jake Irvin, and he fouls it off his leg for strike one. Irvin this season at 14 starts a 2-6 record with a 5.79 ERA in 65 and a third innings, 58 hits, 28 walks, 66 strikeouts, and a WHIP of 1.32. Ewing this season batting 252, 7 home runs, 28 RBIs, 705 OPS. He's over in the series with a stolen base. Swung on a miss at that outside fastball, 0-2. 0-2, misses low and away for ball one. One, two, swung on a miss for strike three. Ewing goes down on the inside breaking ball, and his struggles in the second half continue so far. And there's a look at the Mets batting lineup. Obviously on the bench, Alvarez, Semien, Arias, and Christian Pache. Tommy John. Yeah, I just saw that because I just got the notification. Tommy John's passed away, so rest in peace to him at 83 years old. All right, here's Lindor. 1-1. 1-1, swung on a missed. See ya, bro. One, two, misses for ball two. Two, hit on the ground, foul. Yeah, I've got this. Don't worry. I've got this. Two, and did it hit him? Or did that just miss his leg? I just missed him. All right, full count. Three, two, hit foul into the seats. Three, two, pitch from Irvin, misses inside for ball four, and that's a one-out walk for Lindor and the Mets. And now they'll bring up Bo Bichette. There's a look at the National defensive lineup. Jake Irvin on the mound, followed by Kib Ruiz catching, Brady House at third, C.J. Abrams at short, Yorby Vivas at second, Ortiz at first, and then the outfield from left to right is Lyle, Jacob, Young, and Dylan Cruz, and obviously DHing is Chaparro. All right, Bo Bichette here, batting .262 this year with 12 home runs, 62 RBIs, 687 OPS, 2 for 8 in the series with an RBI, and he's in the count currently 1-0. The 1-0 pitch is hit into right field. That's going to get down in front of Dylan Cruz for a base hit. Lindor will pull into second base, and Bo Bichette is into first base with a single. So back-to-back base runners here for the Mets, and they have runners at first and second with only one out here, and that's their first hit of the afternoon. Good piece of hitting there by Bo. And there's a look at Andy Green, the Mets interim manager, who of course replaced Carlos Mendoza at the end of June after he was let go. Bench, first pitch swing, pops that up just outside the infield. Abrams backs up and makes the catch for the second out of the inning. So a huge out there for Jake Irvin and the Nationals. And now they'll bring up Jared Young, who of course brought on the first 2 runs for the Mets last night or yesterday afternoon. So there's a look at Jared Young's numbers this year, batting .266 with 8 home runs, 28 RBIs, and a .786 OPS. He's 3 for 8 in the series with a home run and 3 RBIs. Of course, got the home run in the first game of the series on Friday night. First pitch is in there for strike one. The 0-1 pitch swung on a miss through that fastball right down the middle, and now it's 0-2. And there's a look at the RBI double that Jared Young had yesterday, who of course drove in the first 2 runs. 0-2. Popped up just outside on the infield. The second baseman backs up and he makes the catch for the final out of the inning. So the Mets threaten here with runners at first and second, but they're unable to bring anyone home. We head to the top of the second with the game tied at 0 still. Just got 42 of you guys watching the live stream right now. So as always, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell as well. We all appreciate you guys here on Mets Weekly, and you guys are awesome. So, you know, and we all support you here. You know, Carson, Andrew, Frank, Evan, me, we all support you guys. So thank you as always. And keep up the good work. All right, guys, we are now back here for the top of the second. First pitch from Scott into Dalen Lyle. Just misses outside for ball one. Lyle this season batting .247, 15 home runs, 65 RBIs, and a 708 OPS. He's 1 for 8 in the series. 1-0 pitch, misses up and away for ball two. The 2-0 pitch, fouled away. Two one, swung on a miss at that up and in cutter. Two misses upstairs with a fastball, and it's a full count. Three-two misses inside for ball four. And that's a leadoff walk here for the Nationals. All right, here's first pitch to Brady House here, and that fastball misses up and in for ball one. Brady House this year batting .242, 9 home runs, 31 RBIs, and a 703 OPS. One zero, and that fastball completely misses up and in. It hits Brady House. So just like that, the Nationals quickly have runners at first and second here with no one out here to start the top of the second. Wild fastball there from Scott. All right, now they'll bring up Yorbit Vivas. Nationals threatening here in the top of the second. So Scott's got to be careful here. First pitch fastball's in there at the top of the zone for strike one. The 0-1 pitch fouled away. And Scott now ahead 0-2. The 0-2 pitch, and Vivas goes around on that inside slider, and a huge first out here for Christian Scott as he gets Yorbit Vivas to chase that inside pitch. So now with one out, that will bring up Chaparro, the DH. First pitch is in there on the outside part of the plate with that fastball. Chaparro this season batting .231, 7 home runs, 29 RBIs, and an 852 OPS. He's 1 for 2 in the series with a solo home run. The 0-1 pitch misses outside with that slider. One one, fouled away. And now the count's 1-2 on Chaparro. The 1-2 pitch, foul away. The 1-2 pitch is foul down the third baseline and off the screen. One two misses low and away. Count now 2-2. The 2-2 pitch is popped up on the outside part, goes out to the outfield. Beatty backs up and makes the catch for the second out. All right, and just like that now, 2 outs here for the Mets and Christian Scott. But the Nationals still threatening here with runners at first and second. Here's Keibert Ruiz, batting .270 with 7 home runs, 39 RBIs, 739 OPS this year. First pitch, swinging, he fouls it away. The 0-1, and he hits that ball into right field, and it's going to get down in front of Carson Bench for a base hit. Lyle will come around to score, but now the Mets have let's go. They have House here in a rundown, and he is tagged out between second and third base for the third and final out. But the Nationals do pick up a run here on an RBI single here by Keibert Ruiz. It's 1-0 Washington as we head to the bottom of the second. and let's look at the play for the final out. All right, here's Luis Robert Jr. to lead off against Jake Irvin. First pitch misses away for ball 1. One 0 swung on a missed. Robert this season batting .216, 6 home runs, 17 RBIs, a .645 OPS. He's 1 for 4 in the series. 1-1 pitch misses outside for ball 2. Two one popped up on the infield. First baseman for the Nationals moves over, and he makes the catch. Ortiz for the first out of the inning. All right, here's Brett Baty now.
She wanna go viral.
First pitch to Baty is in there for strike 1. Baty this season batting .213, 8 home runs, 30 RBIs, .613 OPS. He's over 2 in the series. 0-1 is in there for strike 2. What's going on, Bill? .02 misses down and away for ball 1. One two misses outside with the changeup. 2-2. Two fouled away. Two fouled away. Two swung on a miss for strike 3, and Baty's down for the second out.
She wanna go viral.
All right, now that brings up Polanco, who's batting .141 with 2 home runs this year. Count is 0-1. It is hit over the head of the second baseman and into right field. So a 2-out hit for Polanco and the Mets. Second hit of the afternoon for the Mets. All right, first pitch to Torrens is in there for strike one. Torrens batting .235 with 5 home runs, 28 RBIs, and a .675 OPS this season. Oh, one popped up on the infield. The first baseman goes over Ortiz, and he makes the catch for the second of the inning. So the Mets get a base hit here with 2 outs, but they're unable to bring him around. To the top of the third we go. It's 1-0 Washington. Guys, I'll be right back. All right, guys, we're now back at the top third. Jacob Young leading off here, the 9-hole hitter for the Nationals. Count is currently 1-1. 1-1 pitch, and that ball's hit out to center field, but Ewing will take a couple steps in. I'll make the catch for the first out here on top of the third. And now we will go back to the top of the order for the Nationals with C.J. Abrams. And there's a look at Tommy John's numbers. So again, just passed away. Again, rest in peace to him. 162 complete games, 46 shutouts. Played for the Indians, the White Sox, the Yankees, the Dodgers. Of course, the famous surgery is named after Tommy John. So again, rest in peace to him. All right, now here's C.J. Abrams, who will line down his first AB. Count is now 0-1. Pitch misses outside for ball 1. 1-1, swung on a miss to that fastball. 1-2. A 1-2 pitch. Sweeper misses downstairs for ball 2. 2-2 pitch from Scott is in there for strike 3 as Abrams swings and misses over that cutter. So a strikeout here for Christian Scott, and quickly there's 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd. All right, now it brings up Ortiz here. First pitch fastball misses for ball 1. One zero, swung on a missed over that fastball. Or the cutter, sorry, 1-1. Ortiz is off with a strikeout. One. That ball's hit out to left center field. That ball's going to carry, and it's going to sail out of here for a solo home run. Ortiz goes deep into the left field seats. His 5th home run of the year, and it's 2-0 Nationals. Good piece hitting by Ortiz. Outside pitch, and he took it to the opposite field. All right, now brings up Dylan Cruz. Fouls it off the mask of Torrens, 0-1. That's the game, white flag. 0-1, swung on a miss, 0-2. I mean, they did come back yesterday from multi-run deficit, but we'll see what happens today. Cruz is over with a fly out. Oh, 2 swung on a miss for a strike 3. Cruz swing and misses over under that outside fastball, and now we end the inning. But the Nationals extend the lead to 2-0 on a solo homer from Ortiz. 2-0 Nationals as we go to the bottom of the 3rd. Horner, what's going on? Saying so. Tommy John pitched 162 complete games. I wonder why he needed Tommy John surgery. Crazy stat that pitchers back then used to go, that deep, that deep into games back then, and that they were able to throw that many complete games. But different game now. All right, here's Ewing to lead off the bottom third. He's over with a strikeout. He's heading the count 1-0. Pitch misses down and away for ball 2. Two 0, fouled away. Two 1, fouled away. Two 2, fastball misses up and in for ball 3, full count. Three 2, fouled away. Oh, no, third baseman will try to make that play and doesn't make the play. But Brady House looks hurt here after colliding with the wall and the netting, grabbing his shoulder there. Let's see if he's all right. Medical team will go out there to see if he's all right. Definitely hit hard along that netting as well as he tried to make that play. Probably think he's going to have to come out of the game, I'd assume. And it looks like he's going to stay in the game. All right. Good job by... All right. Well, good job, but also happy to see Brady's all right. Don't want to see anyone getting hurt, of course. All right, now back to the AB. Still a full count here to Ewing. Three 2, misses for ball 4. And that's a leadoff walk here for Ewing and the Mets in the bottom of the third. Good AB there by Ewing. And now they'll bring up Lindor. Thrower by Irving. And Ewing back in safely. Oh, and Ewing is caught in a rundown, and he's out. Ewing caught stealing there for the first out of the inning. Almost was able to get her on the tag, too. But Abrams clearly got him on the hip there before the hand tagged the base. So 1 out now for the Mets. And now here's Lindor. First pitch in there for strike 1. Oh, 1 misses. One popped up. The right fielder Cruz will go out and make the catch for the second out. Per Underdog, Craig Counsell, David Peterson is being moved to the bullpen. It did not say because they're getting pitching from the back on the I. Oh, they get pitching back from the IL if he's pitched bad. Not my problem anymore. All right, 0-1 to Bichette, and he swings out of his shoes there and misses. 0-2 now. Oh, 2 misses up and away for ball 1. One, 2 misses. Two, fouled away. Two. Bichette lays off that outside pitch. Full count. Three, fouled away again. Three-two pitch again. Misses upstairs for ball 4 and a 2-out walk here for Bichette and the Mets. Oh, well, there we go. Not baseball news related, but any football fans or soccer. Rodri to Barcelona. Here we go. So Rodri leaves City and heads to Barcelona. There we go. That's big news there. Big news for Barcelona. It's a big loss for City as well. So we'll see where they transition to in terms of replacing Rodri. All right, now here's Ben. She's 0 for 1 with a flyout. Fouls off that pitch, and now he's down the count 0-2. The transfer saga of the summer that no football fan cared about. 0-2 in there for strike 3, and Benj goes down looking on that inside breaking ball. The Mets get a couple base runners here, but they're unable to bring anyone around. 2-0 Washington as we head to the top of the 4th. Maybe we'll see if that's the domino that allows other football teams to go after other midfielders. We'll see what happens. It's been very quiet as well as on the United front. Be right back, guys. As we're back here for the top of the 4th, Dan Lyle flies out for the first out here to Benj. City looked terrible today, not good for Maresca. Yeah, the 3. I didn't watch much of the game, but I didn't get to. But yeah, 3-0 loss to Arsenal in the community. I mean, the community shield doesn't really matter. It's a charity match, but still, you don't want to lose 3-0. All right, now that brings up Brady House, hit by a pitch in his first AB. And that pitch misses outside 1-0. 1-0, hit on the ground. Bichette fields it cleanly, gets it over to first base, and he gets him for the first out. Or sorry, for the second out of the inning. Good scoop by Jared Young as well at first base. All right, now I'll bring up Yorbit Vivas, who's 0 for 1. First pitch curveball hits the outside part of the zone for strike 1. Oh, 1 is hit and off the glove of Lindor. Tries to play it, but he won't be able to recover and make the play as Vivas gets there with a 2-out single. All right, that brings up Chaparro. Swings and misses over that curveball. 0-1. That was the third hit of the afternoon for the Nationals. 0-1, and that cutter hits the outside part of the strike zone. And now Chaparro is down 0-2. 0-2, and he went around for strike three, and he gets him for the final out of the inning. So good work there by Christian Scott to able to work around the 2-out single. We head to the bottom of the fourth. It is still 2-0 Washington. Doug, what's going on? Only the Mets can't hit Irvin. That is what it is. SNY flashback of the Johan Santana no-hitter. 14 years ago. Crazy. Jared Young now leading off here. First pitch misses for ball one. Jared Young's 0 with a pop out. 1-0, hit through the hole, base hit. And that's a leadoff single here for Jared Young and the Mets. Our Canadian hero leads off the inning with a base hit. All right, now here's Robert, who's 0 for 1. That first pitch is in there for strike one. Oh, 1 misses upstairs for ball one. One misses outside for ball two. Two one, swing and a miss. 2-2. 2-2 in there for strike three. Robert goes down looking at the fastball. 1 out. And now they'll bring up the mighty Brett Baty, who's over with a
She wanna
strikeout.
go viral.
First pitch, and he held 1-0. Jared keeps chugging that maple. He does. 1-0, misses inside for ball 2. (2-0), and that pitch misses inside for ball 3. (3-0) in there for strike 1. Irvin with the throw over, but Jared Young back in safely. 1 disengagement. (3-1) hit down the right field line. It's going to get into the corner for a base hit. Jared Young will go to third base, and he will. Did they hold him? Yeah, they held him. All right. So Baty's into second base with a stand-up double. Jared Young goes from first to third, and the Mets now have runners second and third with only 1 out. Bad breaking ball that was hung over the middle of the plate, and Baty did damage with it, took it into the outfield corner, and the Mets are in business here. But let's see if they're able to cash in here. It's the fourth hit of the afternoon for the Mets. Yeah. And also because you got the base hit.
She wanna go viral.
All right, now brings up Polanco's 1 for 1. First pitch swinging, hits it on the ground, and Ortiz will take that ball to first base, but Jared Young comes in to score. So a fielder's choice, and the Mets get a run here to cut the lead down 2-1. And Baty will move up to third base here, so 2-1 now, and with 2 outs, and a runner moves over to third. All right, now it brings up Torrens. First pitch swinging. 0-1. Torrens fouled out in his last AB. (0-1) hits that ball to center field. That ball's going to carry, and that ball's going to sail out of here. Luis Torrens with a 2-run home run. His hot stretch of play continues. His 6th home run of the year. And just like that, the Mets grab the lead. It's 3-2. Torrens' hot second half continues, and the Mets grab the lead just like that. Retired number 13. Torrens is great. We love Luis Torrens here. All right, back to the top of the order here with Ewing. Fouls off that pitch, and he's down the count 0-2. Pitch to Ewing, misses downstairs for ball 1. Ewing walked in his last AB. 1-2. Takes that pitch low and away for ball 2. Two. And that pitch is in there for strike 3 with the changeup, and Ewing goes down looking. But the Mets grab the lead here. They get the first run on a fielder's choice by Polanco, and then a 2-run home run for Luis Torrens. 3-2 Mets. We hit to the top of the 5th. Doug, no, Carson will not be able to make the stream today, unfortunately. He's busy with some other stuff. So it's just me. Unless Andrew and or Evan decide to come on, which I don't know if that will be the case. Ask Jolly to come on. Jolly's a little busy. He got married, too, so congratulations to him. I don't know if any of you guys saw that on Instagram. Alright, guys, we're now back for the top of the 5th. Keibert Ruiz fouls off that first pitch cutter, 0-1. Ruiz is 1 for 1 in this ball game with RBI single back in the 2nd inning. Let's see what you also guys are saying. Wasn't a no-hitter, Beltran double. Well, listen, in the history books, Doug, it's a no-hitter. Obviously, because there was no replay or there was no challenges back then, so it is what it is. And listen, like I always say with my dad, listen, probably with all the no-hitters and perfect games back then, there was probably, that probably wasn't the first instance where there was a close play that probably should have leaned the other way. But listen, back then, there was no replay, there was no challenges, so listen, it is what it is. You play the game the way it was back then. Ruiz strikes out on that high fastball, and that's the first out here in the top of the 5th. Listen, if that's in today's game, yeah, that gets overturned. Then it's not a no hitter. But back then, yeah, and then obviously what's it called? It goes the other way around too because Andres Galarraga, that should have been a perfect game for him, and the umpire screwed it up. Even though it was clearly the guy was out at first base. But it is what it is. All right, 1-0 count to Jacob Young, who's 0 for 1 the ball game. That slider is in there for strike one. I don't think they ruled it a perfect game. I don't think they over. I could be wrong, but I don't think they overturned it. 1-2 count now as Jacob Young swings over that changeup. One two pitch misses outside for ball two. Oh yeah, sorry. I meant to say Armando, not Andres. But yeah, Armando Galarraga. 2-2 pitch fouled away. Yeah, no, they didn't. They did not overturn it. It's not an official no hitter. Sorry, everyone. Bill saying Mets go sweep. Maybe. 2-2. Swung on a miss for strike three. Jacob Young swings and misses over that up and in fastball. And just like that, back-to-back strikeouts here for Scott to start the top of the fifth. First pitch here to Abrams. Fouls it away. Abrams is 0 for 2 so far. Oh one, and that ball's hit out just into the outfield, and Lindor's over to make the catch for the final out of the inning. So a quick top of the inning here for Christian Scott. It is still 3-2 Mets as we head to the bottom of the fifth. Gets the lead and shut down inning. That's what you want from your starter. So good work from Scott there. Got 51 of you guys watch right now, so as always, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, share the notification bell as well. You guys are awesome. We appreciate you guys here on Mets Weekly. And also, guys, we do have channel memberships that have launched a couple weeks ago. Currently have 2 members, so right now, thank you. So thank you to the people who are currently members. But yeah, there's 2 different versions. There's a standard and a premium. With the standard at $6.99, you get stuff like access to the standard AI playlist, AI song playlist, which I believe is 11 songs. You also get to use emojis and other stuff in the comment section. You also get what's it called? You also get priority for comments, so your comments will be read first. And also for the premium edition, that's basically everything in the standard edition. Plus, you get priority for call-in shows whenever we do those, or like just standard call-ins. So you get the priority over people that are not members, and also you get more AI songs on top of the ones that you already get with the standard one. Again, and the premium one is $12.99. So we get standard $6.99, premium $12.99. Again, they're not mandatory, but if you guys do want to become members, we would greatly appreciate it. But again, they're not mandatory. All right, here's Lindor to lead off the bottom of the fifth. First pitch misses outside for ball one. Lindor's 0 for 1 with a walk so far. 1-0 misses for ball two. The Stearns get the majority of business done early. Does he wait for the winter meetings? I would imagine he's going to do it early. I'd imagine that it's it's going to be like 2020 with the off season after 21 going to 22, where everything was done pretty much early because of the lockout. Lindor hits that ball into the outfield for a base hit, and that's a leadoff single for Lindor and the Mets, the 6th hit of the afternoon for the Mets. So yeah, I think stuff's going to get done early, but we'll see. Plus, the other reason why I think a lot of business is going to get done early, I think even more than 20, the off season of 21 going to 22 is because, just and listen, I don't know if it's going to happen, but just in case, like, they do settle for a salary cap, because the way they would do it is, I'm sure all the old salaries would be grandfathered in. Bichette fouls that pitch away 0-2. So I'm sure for you as a player, you want to get as much money as possible now, because think about it, like, if you're still unsigned and then they come out of the lockout, now you could be potentially screwed out of a lot of money because now you have to fit under a certain salary cap. So I'm sure a lot of players are going to want to get done and signed early before the lockout happens, because a lot of guys will get screwed out of big time money if they do decide to wait. So I think a lot of business is going to happen early. I think everyone will be signed by December 1st. Listen, I don't know if everyone's going to be signed. It could happen. I'm not saying it won't, but we'll see what happens. But I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of business is done early, like you're saying, Doug. Bichette's 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. Because I think ideally the players don't... Listen, the players obviously don't want a salary cap, but, in the case of emergency, if it does happen, they want to be signed before that thing goes into, it goes into existence. Stearns will nap all November. Sleepy Stearns. One, two, and that ball's hit out to right field. It's going to get down in front of Dylan Cruz for a base hit. Lindor will pull into second base. Bo will get into first base with a single. So back-to-back singles here for the Mets in the bottom of the fifth from Lindor and Bichette. 7th hit of the afternoon for the Mets. All right, now there's a mound visit for Irvin. Stevie Mack saying definitely won't be the usual free agency where players wait until the very end of the year sign. No, they won't. Mets need to sign or trade for the third starting pitcher, in my opinion. Stearns will get one. We'll see what happens. But they definitely do need a middle of the rotation guy. I don't know. Maybe Clay Holmes opt out, or he's gonna opt out, but maybe Clay Holmes decides to come back to the Mets. We'll see what happens. First pitch to Benj is in there for strike one. Benj is over 2 with a pop out and a strikeout. 0-1, and Benj hits that ball on the ground, and they're going to turn the double play. So momentum killer there for the Mets as it goes from first and second with no one out to a runner at third with 2 outs on that double play. Doug saying he wants Skubal and Sonny Gray. Show me something. I mean, listen, we all would like Schoolboy. He's staying in LA for me. I mean, listen. The Mets should still make a monster offer. I still think he's going back to the Dodgers. And Sonny Gray. I mean, we've seen him pitch in New York before. The Yankees didn't really end well. He's pitched better in a bigger market in Boston with the Red Sox now, but you know, again, whether he can pitch in New York again, that's another story. All right, now here's Jared Young. He's up in the count 1-0. Here's 1 for 2 also. And Jared Young hits that ball down the line. That's a base hit. And Lindor will come in to score. So Jared Young continues his hot form, and he'll go into second base with a stand-up double. So Jared Young with a 2-out RBI double, and that extends the Mets' lead to 4-2, and that's the 8th hit of the afternoon for the Mets. So a double play could have killed the momentum there for the Mets, but Jared Young picks up the broken glass. And now they'll bring up Luis Robert Jr. First pitch swing, fouls that away, 0-1. Roberts 0 for 2 with a foul out and a strikeout. Oh, 1, fouled away. Oh, 2 misses for ball 1. One, two, and that pitch misses outside. No challenge though from Robert, and the umpire calls a strike. So Luis Robert is punched out on strike 3, and now we end the inning with the Mets extend their lead to 4-2 and an RBI double by Jared Young. 4-2 Mets as we head to the top of the 6th. Guys, I'll be right back in a second. All right, guys, we're back now for the top of the sixth. With Ortiz leading off here. There's a highlight back to his home run back in the earlier innings. 1-1 pitch from Scott, and that cutter misses up and in for ball 2. Matt, you watching Fever game? No, I don't watch the WNBA. 2-1 pitch, fouled away. I mean, listen, if you watch that, I don't care. You know, that's up to you, whatever you decide to watch, but I'm not interested in the WNBA. It's just not my thing. Daniel, what's going on? Saying happy Sunday. What's going on, Daniel? Two-two pitch, and that ball's hit on the ground. Jared Young makes the play, takes the ball to the bag himself, and there's 1 out. It's horrible basketball, yes, but they beat the shit out of each other. I mean, listen, if you like horrible basketball, but you like seeing women beat the shit out of each other, then hey, listen, go for it, man. All right, now here's Dylan Cruz here with 1 out. First pitch, curveball misses outside. And a look ahead to the upcoming series, for the next upcoming series for the Mets. They play the Padres here at Citi Field for the next 3 games. 1-0 pitch, misses for ball 2. And that ball is hit on the ground. Bichette fields it cleanly, throws over to first base. Low throw and offline, and Dylan Cruz beats it out. I don't know if they're going to call it an error on both of the bad throw, or if Cruz is just going to beat it out entirely. Think they're going to call it an error, though, because he probably should have made the play. And yes, they called it a fielding error on Bichette. First pitch to Lyle, and he swings and misses over it, 0-1. Lyle is 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored in the ball game so far this afternoon. Oh, 1, fouled away again. All right, Scott's into his windup, the 0-2, and Lyle fouls away that outside fastball. Peralta was beaten today like a redheaded stepchild. Hey, listen, Peralta's just not good. Horan saying, by the way, what do you think of Bases buying to Liverpool? I hope they get relegated. That would be funny. It is what it is. I mean, listen, I don't know if that's, if FSG is going to, still control majority of the money in terms of what's spent, but it is what it is. Lyle hits that ball out to right field, and Benj will make the nice sliding catch for the second out. Was a little bit unsure if which player defensively was going to make that play, whether it was going to be Beatty, Ewing, or Bench, but Bench came in there, and he called everyone off and made the nice sliding play. And now that'll bring up Brady House with 2 outs and a runner off first. JS, what's going on? Saying Lyle has wheels, double play unlikely. Well, now they don't need a double play because they got the fly out there. Musk wants to buy the UK itself. I hope he does. All right, first pitch misses inside, 1-0. Brady House is 0 for 1 today. 1-0 pitch. Cutter misses outside for ball 2. And there's a look at the wild card race. The Cubs have firm control right now of the first wild card, 6 games up, and then the Phillies the Phillies and Diamondbacks are tied for third place, or for second and third place. And Brady House pops up the third pitch of the AB. Beatty underneath it makes the play, and that's the third and finally out of the inning. So 6 strong innings completed for Scott so far. We go to the bottom of the 6th, still 4-2 Mets, and they should let Scott start the 7th inning. Pitched well so far. Does Scott get the 7th? He should. He's only, I think, at like 73, 74 pitches. So we definitely should get the top of the 7th. I mean, you should have the guy warmed up just in case. But he should definitely get the start of it. Because let me check. Yeah, Scott is 78 pitches thrown, so he should get the start of the 7th. I think Voit could be the opening day second baseman too. Good for AAA. Hopefully Voit could push his way up to make the major league roster next year. I mean, I don't want to rush him. I want to let him develop down in the minor leagues. But if he shows that he's ready, then cool, bring him up. If Scott starts going deep into games on the regular, he becomes a problem for other teams. I'd absolutely 100% JS. Burn at the game rain is on the way. Bill saying not change subject, but how lame is the Yankees offense? Yeah, they haven't been good as of late. First pitch to Beatty, swung on and missed. Beatty's 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored.
She wanna go viral.
0-1, misses inside for ball 1. Yankees are missing 2 all favors and balance shows how poor they are. Absolutely. 1-1, ball's hit on the ground right at the first baseman, flips it to Irvin, 1 out.
She wanna go viral.
All right, there's former Met Max Kranick warming up in the bullpen for the Nationals. First pitch to Polanco, hits that ball on the ground. Ortiz gonna make the play again, flips it to Irvin, and quickly there's 2 outs. I like Kranick. I let him go. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, he was injured. He got Tommy John surgery, so I'm not sure why. Because I like them too, but it is what it is. All right, now I'll bring up Luis Torrens, who had a 2-run home run his last AB to give the Mets a 3-2 lead. That was back in the 4th inning. Oh, yeah, this too. Kranick was run to the ground by Mendoza because, again, Mendoza's not a manage a bullpen correctly. First pitch to Renz, misses outside with the cutter for ball 1. Yes, Terrence signed a 2-year extension, so he's here for the next 2 years. Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. I'm getting a phone call. Give me 1 second. Alright, guys. Terrence flew out to make the final out of the 6th inning, so top of the 7th, 4-2 Mets. Green 6 over 509. As a manager, this move was made too late. Matt was right. Listen, I agree with you, Doug. We should have moved on from Mendoza earlier. We were calling. I wanted to fire Mendoza after the collapse last year, but it is what it is. It's too late. Too late. I'm thinking they should keep Green. They play much better. I don't think they're going to keep it. I mean, I think they've already said, too, that Green's not going to be the permanent manager, so they're going to, you type like Stephen Hawking. I mean, whatever. Stephen Hawking's cool. Alright, here's Vivas. He's 1 for 2 with a single, and count is currently 1-0. Scott is back out there to start top of the 7th. 1-0 pitch, cutter fouled away. But yeah, like I said, I think they also confirmed that Green's not going to be the full-time manager after this year. Listen, I want them to go get Cora. Whether they do, I'm not sure. I think Cora's either go to us or the Phillies, and I'm scared that the Phillies are going to be ultra aggressive to get him. But I want Cora to be the Mets manager. Guy knows what he's doing. He's a winner. Won a World Series as both a player and manager. So, yeah, I want Alex Cora. Count now 1-2 on Vivas. And yeah, Pantries, like you're saying, Green's going back to head of player development this season. Give me Alex Cora all day. 1-2 pitch, misses down and in for ball 2. No one warming up so far in the bullpen for the Mets. Two. Pitch misses low and in, full count to Vivas. 3-2, and that pitch misses upstairs for ball 4. Leadoff walk for Vivas and the Nationals. And now that'll bring up the DH Chaparro. Didn't we? We traded most of the bullpen anyway. But, you know, there's guys in there. First pitch, Chaparro. Tapper. Lindor's going to try to make the play. And he throws out Chaparro there. Beautiful play by Lindor to get the first out there as Vivas is able to get to second base. Like, that ball looked like it was going to be put in a weird place where Chaparro was able to throw it out, or he was able to beat the throw out, but credit to Lindor. We've questioned his defense this year, rightfully so, but that's a great play there by him. All right, now here's Keibert Ruiz, who's 1 for 2. First pitch misses up and away for ball 1. All right, and speaking of the bullpen, there's Nate Lavender, the lefty, warming up in the bullpen. 1-0 pitch. That ball is hit through the hole, base hit into right field. Vivas will come around to score, and the Nationals get a run back here as they cut the lead down to 4-3. That's the second RBI of the afternoon for Keibert Ruiz, but at least they hold him to the first base. Fourth hit of the afternoon for the Nationals. All right, now it brings up Jacob Young. First pitch in there for strike 1. Oh, 1. Pitch misses outside for ball 1. One one. That pitch is hit out to right field. That's going to drop in front of Benj. Little bloop hit there for Jacob Young. Ruiz will hold at second base, and now it's runners at first and second for the Nationals here with only 1 out. Fifth hit of the afternoon for them. Is that going to be all for Scott? Yep, it will. So Scott will be pulled. Andy Green takes him out. And Nate Lavender will come into the game. Listen, Scott pitched well. Hopefully Lavender is able to pick him up and do those 2 runs they'll come across the score. But good job by Scott. 6 1/3. 3 runs so far, 5 hits. Then was it 2 walks or 3 walks? He pitched well. Let's see if the bullpen can pick him up now. That was even a bad pitch. Hitter stuck at the bat. Got lucky. That's baseball. And Doug saying there's things Green does that Metopa would never do. Like take Beatty out for defense. Metopa would never. Agreed. Mendoza would put him into right field. That's what he would do. Gotta get the game to Mariano Sanga. All right, now you're C.J. Abrams and Nate Lavender this year. 4 games, no earned runs allowed, 4 innings, 1 hit, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. See if he's able to escape out of this jam. First pitch to Abrams, fouled away. Abrams this season batted with runners in scoring position, 38 for 116, 320 batting average, 6 home runs. Abrams was tied for the second most RBIs this year in the major leagues, tied with Sal Stewart. 0-1, and he held the swing, 1-1. One pitch, fouled away, 1-2. One-two pitch from Lavender, and that pitch is popped up on the infield. Terrence takes off his mask, backs up, and he makes the catch for the second out. So a big second out there for Lavender and the Mets. And now that'll bring up Ortiz. All right, now that brings up Ortiz, who's 1 for 3 in the ball game. First pitch, swung on a miss at that up and in fastball. Long call from Lavender here to Ortiz. The 0-1, and that pitch is popped up. Terrence will go after it. Same thing with Jared Young, and that ball goes out of play. 0-2. There's the final figures here for Roger to Barcelona. 76.5 million euro package, 60 million 6 fee, and 11 million bonuses that could, reach up to that package. So there you go. Oh, 2, and that pitch. Did they call it? Did they call it strike 3? Wait, hold on. Okay, so he challenged. Okay, no, yeah, never mind. All right. Lavender strikes him out, inning over. There we go. Great play by great job there by Lavender to get the 2 outs there to get Christian Scott out of that jam. And Scott's final line, 6 in the third, 3 runs, 5 hits. So good job by Scott today, and good job by Lavender. All right, we go to the bottom of the 7th, 4-3 Mets. And yeah, the Nationals also got a run back in that inning. So yeah, Scott's final line, 6 in the third. Innings pitched, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. So good outing there for Scott. All right, here's Max Kranick out of the bullpen now for the Nationals this season. 10 and 2/3 innings pitched, 7.59 ERA, and 10 appearances. All right, now here's AJ Ewing. He's 0 for 2 with a walk today. Struck out in his other 2 plate appearances. First pitch to Ewing, fastball misses upstairs for ball 1. One zero is in there for strike 1. One one. Ball is hit on the ground, fielded by the second baseman, throws over to first. 1 out. All right, now here's Lindor. Oh, And some Mets prospect news here for anyone interested. The Mets announced shortstop prospect Elian Pena has been promoted to High A Brooklyn at 18 years old. He had a 785 OPS with St. Lucie, but has been much better recently with just over 1,000 OPS in his last 22 games. There you go. 1-1 now here to Lindor. Two one count now to Lindor. Two one, swung on a missed. 2-2. Two pitch to Lindor, swung on a miss for strike 3. Lindor goes down the changeup, 2 outs. So now they'll bring up Bichette with 2 outs and no one on base. First pitch to Bichette, swung on a missed, 0-1. DeMayo compared Pena to A-Rod. I don't want to put any pressure on the guy. The guy's 18 years old. Listen, let him develop. 0-1, Bichette fouls it away. Bichette's 2 for 2 this afternoon. Listen, I don't even want to be A-Rod. I even want to be Pena, all right? There's Daniel Duarte warming up in the bullpen for the Mets. So he'll get the 8th inning. 0-2, fouled away. Oh, 2 misses for ball 1. One, two. Bo lines that ball to center field. That ball's going to carry. And it's going to go off the wall for a double. Or maybe for more. Bichette will round second. He'll try to go for third. And he will get in there with a triple. So Bo Bichette with a 2-out triple. He's 3 for 3 this afternoon. It's the 9th hit of the afternoon for the Mets. They got to promote the guy they got from Twins Row AAA. He's dominating AA. The Twins rookie. Nice, Bo. Please get more comfortable for next season. Really gonna need your bats as Patrice. Again, if there is baseball next year, which I don't think will happen, but we'll see. First pitch to bench is in there. Bench did not go around the swing and no challenge. So, and the umpire did call it a ball, so ball 1. Oh yeah, this too, he could also opt out. Pitches in there, 1-1. One swung on a missed from bench. And that pitch misses inside 2-2. Bench skies that ball to center field, but it won't be deep enough. And Jacob Young makes the catch for the final out. So Mets get a 2-out triple from Bo, but they're only able to bring him around. 4-3 Mets as we head to the top of the eighth. All right, guys, I'll be right back. Give me a second. All right, guys, we're back for the top of the eighth now. Duarte will face Dylan Cruz leading off for the Nationals. And he pops that pitch out into center field. Ewing underneath it. Makes the catch. 1 out. So 1 pitch, 1 out. All right, Duarte this season out of the bullpen, 18 1/3 innings pitched, 13 appearances, a 0.98 ERA, 1-for-1 save opportunities, and a 406 opponent OPS, and a 0.71 whip as well. So he's been very effective out of the bullpen so far for the Mets. Now here's Daniel Lyle, who's 0-for-2. First pitch misses up and away for ball 1. Doug saying think he'll be baseball next year, but it'll be Mickey Mouse. We'll see. I don't think there'll be any baseball played next year, but again, we'll find out. 1-0, hit foul at the first base line. One, and that ball is hit down the left field line, but it'll go into the seats foul. 1-2 from Duarte. Pitch misses down and in for ball 2. Two. Fouled away. Two. Pitch is popped up. Torrent sheds the mask and makes the catch along the netting for the second out of the inning. So 2 outs now here for Duarte and the Mets. First pitch to Brady House. Swings and misses over that cutter. 0-1. Doug saying the government will get involved. The president's a huge fan of baseball. We'll see if that happens. I don't know. House is 0 for 2. 0-1 misses. One. Pitch foul back. And now the count's 1-2. One, two. Pitches in there for strike near the outside part of the plate. And Duarte with an impressive top of the 8th gets 3 quick outs. And the Mets still lead it 4-3 as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Great job here by Daniel Duarte, who again keeps on impressing out of the Mets bullpen this year. Looks like a guy that maybe the Mets can keep around for next year. Again, lost season, but, glad to see, some guys come out of the season looking like they could be, contributors to either, next year if there is baseball or possibly in 2 years, whenever baseball does come back. All right, now here's Jared Young to lead off the bottom eighth here for the Mets as he faces Jake Bird. Bird this year in 33 and 2/3 innings pitched, a 6.15 ERA in 39 appearances. One-zero, fouled away. Goes into the seats. One-one, and that ball's popped up on the infield. The third baseman house underneath it. Makes the grab. 1 out. Now here's Robert. He's 0 for 3. First pitch fouled away. Well, one misses outside. One, swung on a missed. One, two, misses low and away. 2-2 count. Two, and that ball is lined over the head of Abrams into left field for a base hit. 1 out single here for Robert. First hit of the afternoon for him, and the 10th hit of the afternoon for the Mets. And now they'll bring up Beatty. Or did he come out of it? No, yeah, Beatty's still in the game.
She wanna go viral.
Pitch misses up and away for ball one. Beatty's 1 for 3. 1986, what's going on? Saying Lou Bob is playing left field. Not a single ball went out to left field today so far. Radiant saying, I really want the Mets to trade for DeGrom, not because we need a starting pitcher, Percy, even though we do, but because I'd like to put him in the DH spot as opposed to Polanco. Hey, DeGrom was a very good hitter. But listen, I hope if Polanco's on the team next year, he could go back to what he was in Seattle. Will he? That's another question. 2-0 count to Beatty. Pitches in there for strike one. Polanco's main issue right now, aside from not, performing well, is overall his health. Just hasn't been healthy this year. And then when he has been on the field, he hasn't been good. Aside from maybe the start of the year in like the first couple weeks of the season. 2-1, sinker in there for strike two. Throw over there. Robert back in safely. Yeah, I saw that too. Rest in peace to Tommy John. MLB, Radiant saying MLB and IRS have to get together so that the contracts. And Beatty strikes out. That the contracts like these can be a tax write-off. Yeah, Butch Husky too, former Met player, rest in peace as well. I believe had a blood clot somewhere in his body. So yeah, that sucks. Rest in peace to both of them.
She wanna go viral.
All right, now with 2 outs, that will bring up Polanco. Polanco's 1 for 3 this afternoon. First pitch in there. The umpire did not call it a ball, but it looked like it was a strike, and Ruiz will challenge it. It'll probably be overturned. And the call is overturned. So that is strike 1. Oh, 1 fouled away by Polanco. Now the count's 0-2. Polanco with a single back in the second inning. Oh, 2. And that pitch is in there for strike 3. Polanco challenged that, but that pitch was definitely a strike. And that will end the inning. So the Mets get a single from Robert. They're unable to bring him around. We go to the top of the 9th. It's 4-3 Mets, and they'll look to close out the ball game. I didn't see who was. I didn't see if anyone was up in the bullpen. So I wonder if they're gonna let Duarte finish out the game, considering that he had a strong 8th inning, or they bring in someone else. We'll see what happens though. Do you think you could hit 150 on the MLB level the entire season? No, because I'm not good at baseball. All right, here's Kodai Senga. Comes out of the bullpen to try to close out this ball game. 40 and 2/3 innings pitched and an ERA at 7.95. First pitch hit on the ground. Jared Young fields it cleanly, flips it to Senga, covers first base, and just like that, 1 pitch, 1 out for Senga and the Mets. Beautiful play there by Jared Young, and a nice little scoop throw over to Senga, cover the bag. All right, here's Jose Tan. He'll come at the pinch hit for, I believe it was Chaparro here. batting .237 with a .705 OPS. First pitch from Senga, fouled away. Ball one, fouled away. His velo and his command. I mean, he's thrown 3 pitches, but they've all been, executed well so far. Good velo, good command, so hopefully he gets the next 2 outs. 0-2 pitch from Senga. And that forkball misses outside for ball 1. One, two, and that pitch is tap foul. One, two. And that's a drop third strike, I think, and there we go. Torrens throws out Tanya, who goes to first base, and just like that, they're 2 outs, and the Nationals are down to their final out of the afternoon. Yep, drop third strike. That ball bounced a little bit away from Torrens, but he was able to recover and make the nice throw. So 2 outs, and now they'll bring up Keibert Ruiz, the final out here for the Nationals. Oh, sorry, Ford will come into pinch hit for Ruiz, batting .213 this year. First pitch from Senga, misses outside for ball 1. Harry Ford this year batting .213, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs, 774 OPS. 1-0 pitch. Fastball hits the inside part of the zone for strike 1. One. Swung on a miss over that forkball. And now the Nationals are down to their final strike of the afternoon. Senga has his pitch. The 1-2. And that ball was bounced. It was bounced low for a ball, definitely, and Ford held the swing, so 2-2 count. Two. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Ford goes down on the forkball, and that's the ball game. The Mets hold on. They beat the Nationals 4-3 in the series finale, and they sweep the Nationals out of Queens. And the Mets, 12 games since the trade deadline, are 9-3 in that span. So, good win for the Mets. A good series sweep as well. And yeah, they keep on playing good baseball. Again, shame it's a little too late, but listen, it is what it is. At least they're winning ball games, so at least they're a bit more fun to watch as of right now. But yeah, guys, that'll be it. Think we topped that around 60, 61, 62 live viewers for today's live stream. So as always, guys, thank you guys as always. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. You guys are awesome. We always appreciate your support here on Mets Weekly. Yeah, tomorrow there will be a new edition of the Mets Weekly podcast. Not sure what time it will be, but Carson will go over and set up the podcast tonight, and then you guys will get that tomorrow. But anyway, guys, See you guys tomorrow. And of course, there will be another watch on tomorrow where the Mets kick off a three-game set against the Padres. First pitch is at 7:10 tomorrow, but we'll be live 10 minutes prior at 7 o'clock. So make sure you guys tune in. And we will see you guys tomorrow for both the podcast and another watch along. Peace out, guys. See you guys next time.